What's up, guys? This is Cody the Coin Raptor, and I'm bringing you another chart TA video. All right, let's start with Bitcoin. All right, so Bitcoin, I have drawn in this rising wedge here, okay? Bitcoin looks very bullish right now, and you may be asking yourself, well, when is Bitcoin actually going to break out? And according to this rising wedge that I've drawn out here, what you can see is probably, I'd say, about a week and a half, somewhere around that time frame, Bitcoin is going to break through resistance here at about 25,000 or so. 25,000, strong psychological support, nice round number. So we can expect to see Bitcoin break out of 25,000 in about a week. So I would say that given this pattern, and as long as this pattern plays out, I'd say that I'm fairly certain that that will happen. Okay, Bitcoin is looking very strong right now. However, in order to break out of that strong psychological resistance, we would need some major volume coming in. And there just really hasn't been a ton of Bitcoin buying volume coming in. Most of the attention has been taken by altcoins, by Ethereum, by stable coins, and a lot of buying interest remains there. However, I think people will start to come around on Bitcoin when Bitcoin starts making Ethereum type moves. All right. So if we actually take a look at our Bitcoin dominance, we can see that Bitcoin dominance has fallen off the map. I mean, Bitcoin dominance is down massively. It's at a low that it hasn't seen since January. That's how low it is right now because so many traders and investors are going and buying altcoins and stable coins. Okay? So speaking of Ethereum, we look at our Ethereum chart here, and Ethereum is trying desperately to break out and break past resistance right here at about 1950 and touch 2000, which I think is entirely possible. However, Ethereum is very strongly overbought right now, and if it does come up, it'll probably touch 2000 and then pull back a little bit. That's what I think is probably going to wind up happening, judging by the map here, or judging by the charts, and I'm looking for opportunities to get in on a dip. And if you're interested in knowing when that is, follow me on Twitter. I always try to post my buys on Twitter, and you'll be notified when I make those buys. All right, so let's move on to our first story. Now, we have Mark Cuban accused of defrauding investors with a $5 billion crypto Ponzi scheme, okay? There's a class action lawsuit that was brought up against Voyager Digital, which alleges Cuban promoted a crypto platform, Voyager Digital, which bilked 3 million inexperienced traders. So there's a class action lawsuit that came out that said that Mark Cuban was largely responsible for many of these investors losing their money. And Voyager Digital was part of that. Voyager Digital filed bankruptcy in July, and Mark Cuban is a leading investor in Voyager Digital. So they're essentially naming him as part of the class action lawsuit. And the suit describes Voyager Digital as an unregulated, unsustainable fraud, similar to other Ponzi schemes that specifically target young and inexperienced investors. Okay? So they're trying to see if they can get Mark Cuban in this $5 billion into this lawsuit and hopefully get some money from Voyager Digital. And I think this is probably the start of many class action lawsuits targeting crypto platforms such as Celsius and Voyager Digital that went bankrupt or prevented withdrawals on their platform. All right, next. Very important news. So, Dutch cops arrest a developer behind the sanctioned crypto mixer Tornado Cash. This is something we talked about yesterday, where the Treasury Department sanctioned this crypto mixer Tornado Cash. And what this means is that this service, Tornado Cash, is a mixer that allows people to deposit cryptocurrency into it and then retrieve it, but it allows them to hide their public address. So it allows you to kind of stay anonymous in this protocol. It's a way to get extra privacy and anonymity through this decentralized open source project. So the authorities claim that the founders were making large-scale profit off of illicit funds funneled through their platform, and now at least one of the founders have come face-to-face with the long arm of Dutch law enforcement. So this is a story that I really am closely following because this could potentially have strong ramifications for other DeFi developers, especially if these countries and these law enforcement agencies decide that they need to arrest or detain people who have worked on open source projects, and those open source projects were or had some sort of crypto laundering going on, right? So they say basically that there was a they were concealing criminal financial flows and facilitating money laundering through this crypto mix or Tornado Cash. So it just sort of depends what happens here, because if open source programs and open source technology, people who create those, if they can be held responsible for criminal activities, that could have far-reaching effects to any developer on any blockchain. Next, Ripple had a report that revealed that 76% of financial institutions expect to use crypto by 2025. And this is really important, and I think this is very bullish for cryptocurrency in general because, as I've said before many times, adoption for cryptocurrency and blockchain is accelerating, okay? It's accelerating, and the simple fact is that even during this bear market, we can see this acceleration play out. Ripple released a new report that asked, kind of a worldwide report, worldwide financial institutions reported 76% wanted to utilize cryptocurrency over the next 3 years, provided that legislation permits it. And so that little bit right here, provided that legislation permits it, is incredibly important, because if legislation doesn't permit it, like in countries like China, like Russia, where they banned cryptocurrency, then those institutions that want to use it will not be able to use it. Thus, these countries that ban cryptocurrency will ultimately get in the way of adoption. So that's something that needs to be taken with a grain of salt. 76% is very high. However, there are many countries around the world who have banned cryptocurrency from use. All right, that's all I've got for you today. If you like this content, please let me know. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment. I greatly appreciate that. And just let me know what you like, what you don't like. I'm definitely open for suggestions for content and certain stories if you guys want me to follow it. This is Cody the Coin Raptor, signing out.